Hello, my math independent study student. In this video, we are going to use the greatest common factor to factor polynomials. Let's begin with example 1. We are going to factor a binomial. So there are two terms. So to factor this, the first thing we have to do is that we'll factor each term completely. So 3x will be 3 times x minus 12. So again, 12, we're going to factor them as a prime. So it will be 2 times 2 times 3. Next, we're going to go back to each one of the term and then compare with the other term to see what do they have in common. So right here we do have 3 in common. So 3 will be our grade. So therefore we can conclude that our greatest common factors is 3. So we factor our greatest common factor out with 3, and the leftover we put them inside the parenthesis. So we have x times x squared, 2 times 2 is 4. Now since we have to factor completely, so we cannot stop right here because this is the differences of 2 squared. So therefore we can continue to factor is at x squared minus 4 will be the same thing as x times x is x squared, and then 4 is the factor of 2, so it'll be minus 2 and then plus 2. Now you would say, where did that factor come from? So I'm just go ahead and remind you about the special factor. So it will have a squared minus b squared. So the differences of 2 squared, I can factor them at a minus b times a plus b. Okay, so let's move on to example 2. So now we're given a trinomial. So there are 3 terms we have to factor completely. So we start with factor each one of the terms. So 5x to the power 3 should be 5 times x times x times x, so the x to the power 3 plus 25. So the factor of 25 will be the prime to be the product of 2 primes. So 5 times 5, x squared will be x times x minus 55. So 55 will be the product of 2 prime number with 5 times 11 and then times x. So next when you go back and we're going to look for the common. So all these 3 terms, they have 5 in common, and they also have x in common. So therefore we can conclude that our greatest common factor is 5x. Now when you go ahead and factor the greatest common factor, I also put it outside the parenthesis and put the rest inside. So you take each one of the term and then you divide by your greatest common factor. So look at here, 5 times x times x times x. If you take the 5x out, you're left with x squared. Move on to the next one. So we have if you take the 5x out, you're left with 5x. And look at the last term. If you take the 5x out, you're left with negative 11. Now there, so now inside the parenthesis you have 3 terms. You have x squared plus 5x minus 11. So the next question is that, can I continue to factor this trinomial here inside the parentheses? So since negative 11 is a prime, so it means that when you factor, your number will not be an integer. Okay, so therefore you can stop right here. So you can say that the factor for the given trinomial 5x cubed plus 25x squared minus 55x will be 5x times x squared plus 5x minus 11. Now if you want to check, you're welcome to check. You can multiply your greatest common factor with each one of the term inside. So if you do 5x times x squared, will just give you 5x to the power 3. And then 5x times 5x will give you 25 x to the power 2. And 5x times negative 11 will give you negative 55x. And now compare with the given trinomial, it's exactly the same, so we found the correct factors. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in class. Goodbye. And don't forget to write out the summaries.